direction. You all proceed. It's rather cramped. You have to duck your head at times, but you're all able to single file shuffle your way forward. And it is getting more and more comfortable the further you're going. The temperature seems to be dropping in this vicinity until you get to here. You find yourself at what looks like a dead end. It's just like a circular cavernous space, and you've traveled maybe 200 to 300 feet from that central chamber. Now, far enough from the worm that you sense you were safe from its burrowing paths. But there seems to be nothing in this space except it's extremely cool in here. The temperature has dropped significantly, and all that you can see is a single flower over here.
I go step on it before Telferian can.
it's like a violet flower, like a tulip, very bulbous but like elongated, cylindrical, and there's like red weeds kind of peeking out of the ground and like wrapping around it and forming around the base of its stem. Telperion, you could give me a nature check if you know what those weeds are specifically, but you've never seen a flower like this.
16.
You suspect that the vines are what is called ashweed. It is super harmless growth, but it is very invasive and thrives beneath the ground where it's humid and away from sunlight. So it's just a weed that is, yes, ashweed. And it is just a common subterranean weed that is just all over this cavern and kind of wrapping around this tulip here.
Is there a ceiling?
Yes, this is a roughly 30-foot high ceiling in here. And this all looks fairly natural, not excavated or intentionally made.
I love the tulip.
I'm gonna make a loop of the outside of the room, just looking for anything that's not natural.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
How long had we been traveling before getting to here, did you say?
Not even 5 minutes.
Okay.
So you're fairly close to that central chamber, but far enough from that thing's ability to sense you, you think. But 21. You feel very confident that everything in here is all the walls, the striations, the walls, nothing seems to be hiding. No boulders are indistinguishable from enemies. It seems to be a very safe cavern space.
I'll hold on for a second.
I want to check out the flower.
Okay.
So, do I suspect it has special properties? I know I haven't seen it before.
As you're approaching it, it is getting colder and colder in this environment. There is a frigid air surrounding the immediate vicinity of this bulb, this flower, and it has been getting colder, cooler and cooler, more comfortable in this entire space since you've been proceeding in here. But around its immediate vicinity, like if you reach out and like get inches within this flower, it is cold.
Nice. Do the weeds look like they're trying to kill it? Like they're like going to kill it?
They are wrapped around. They're kind of choking the base of the stem, but they haven't reached up to the flower petals yet. You suspect that weeds may kill this at some point eventually, but it seems to be the plant seems to be healthy in this moment.
I think before tomorrow I'm going to try to clean. Oh, I'm assuming we're going to chill out here for a little while.
That was the vibe I was getting, was we could recuperate in here. We've been going for, over 3 hours because we are feeling hotter around the fire. Yeah, Telperion, if you think you could harvest that as we're about to leave, that might provide us cool temperatures as we proceed, and that would be really cool to bring back to the surface.
I might try. I mean, it's not doing that much good down here. Might as providing us with a reprieve.
Does it seem like the plant is growing because of the cold, or the cold is growing because of the plant?
Make a nature check.
I took it to be the latter.
It's going to be a somewhat high DC, but damn.
Your nature is
You think, for whatever reason, somehow this plant is consuming the warmth around it
Okay.
in a way that has slowly changed its vicinity to become cooler temperature, and its immediate space is cold. This thing is somehow, taking in, it's gathering warmth and pulling. Yes, siphoning is a great word. It is siphoning warmth.
Okay. So it's not like it just sprouted here because it's a cold spot. It's the cold spot is here because of the plant sprouting here.
That seems to be a good analysis.
Merlin, think of what we could do with that flower.
Absorption of heat.
Could put it in that the mobile fire pit we had and
2 modes.
Get it to go cold.
I wonder if we could, we don't want to just pluck it. We could try to grab the roots.
I also, part of me immediately thinks if we were to bring this to the surface, Aulethier might be able to, plant these somewhat low, not as far down as we've gone, but low enough to where some heat's starting. They could start growing these. Because I wonder if it requires the extreme heat of where we are, or...
We could try tomorrow.
Yeah.
But do we want to take a long rest here and camp for the time being? I don't know how long it's been.
Yeah.
But that seems like something we could do.
It's probably late afternoon at this point, based on just Roulette's check earlier of suspecting when the duration of the fire resistance wore off, and then you guys proceeded down the steep decline for a couple hours and then carefully made it your way across that terrain. It's probably getting toward late afternoon, so it may be early for long rest, but at the same time, maybe that's fine if that's what you guys are interested in.
I don't think we're going to find a place that's more ideal than this.
I'm gonna just take out some of my more delicate tools, and I'm just gonna not start cutting anything, but I'm just gonna try and clear out the base of the violet from these weeds. I'll poke and prod away from the violet first, so I know what I'm doing, and then I'm just gonna try and clear out some of the weeds away from the violet.
Okay, so working your way in, you are certainly able to sever certain portions of weed around a radius around the flower, and as you get in closer and closer, you're able to do the same, but it starts to get a little trickier as the roots are kind of penetrating. The roots of the true flower are penetrating the earth below, and so trying to not touch the flower yet, but just cutting away the roots. How close are you trying to get to the base of the stem?
I'm not trying to cut anything by the base of the stem, more just move if possible, because I'm going to leave that to Botany Boy over here.
I'll say you're able, without a check, you're able to roughly clear the vicinity of the ashweed, pull it away from the flower. There is still some ashweed kind of strangling parts of the stem, but that can possibly be for another effort.
Again, as I physically move closer to it, I do feel colder.
Yes, you do. Yeah, even working near it, it's not painful, but it is I wouldn't even want to sleep within 5 feet of this thing. It is getting cold near that thing, but the rest of this chamber is very comfortably cool in an otherwise ridiculously hot interior of just subterranean depths.
I wonder if we couldn't get a seed out of it instead of taking the plant itself.
Right.
Because I kind of feel guilty just I mean, this is a decision for tomorrow, but I kind of feel guilty just being oh, this looks useful, I should pluck it and take it for myself.
Do you know how to get a seed from a plant?
I could try to pull one out telekinetically and see if I could do it gently, but not entirely. I'm not familiar with this plant. Well, anyway, why don't we just rest here because we know we're probably not going to find a better defensible position, nor one that is temperate and comfortable. And then we can press on tomorrow. We have no idea how long we're going to be.
Yeah, let's revisit. That thing, I don't know that it struck me as hellish, but it definitely struck me as it was homey here in the lava.
It seemed okay in the lava.
So if that's what we're here to inquire about, I don't know that we've got the caliber for that.
I didn't want to fight it. But also, so the question is, it was obviously trying to burrow out, but we saw a bridge above.
The bridge above is interesting.
So maybe there was like sentries above that it knows it can't pass? Because why wouldn't it just crawl or fly up if it could?
Why not just live down here? That's it.
Also, if there's a bridge and sentries above, do they know about it or do they not? Because maybe this is the disturbance Aulethier was talking about, but we don't actually know.
So then my thought is, do we proceed back and then go down the other path at the fork, or do we go all the way back up and report about this?
I feel like we haven't found enough to be sure we should head back yet.
That's my thought as well.
There's no way out of here.
It doesn't appear to be, no.
Archie, you can go if you want. Jerry, what are you thinking?
Would you?
Is there any way for us to get up to the bridge without having to go back?
Well, it was quite a ways up. 300.
I don't even know if Toby could fly that long in a minute. Far in a minute.
I could.
Well, you could go up and drop a rope down, and we could all climb it.
Oh.
As a reminder, it was like at a quick glance 200 or 300 feet up in the air. So it would require several ropes probably tied together or something, but it could certainly be within the realm of 1 minute of flight for the previous comment as well.
We have 4 ropes.
It still wouldn't be enough. I mean, we'd probably have more than that. But I also don't. I mean, if someone fell, they'd just be gone.
True.
Yeah, but we've stopped people from dying from falling before, right?
Yeah, but if the bottom is lava with a monster in it, it might. And also, we're all in the process of climbing. Like when we stopped people before, we had a stable position. But I also don't necessarily know that I see a different. I mean, besides going down that other path, but then I don't know.
What was you mentioned the pedestal at the center of the previous room?
Yeah.
It had some sort of broken statue?
It had the legs of a dragonborn, I would assume. They were draconic legs. It was made of gold, staked into the ground, and it said "Long live," and it said in Dwarvish, "Long live," and then it was broken up. Kegoru is broken there. Slayer, I assume it says wicked, and then scratched out letters ER. I was wondering if it's the wicked mother, but I don't fully know.
Well, what was the other statue in Jermorin's cave? Was that just a stone structure? And then it had the added on heads.
Yeah, it started, I think it was initially when it was carved, it was a single dragon, and then the other heads were added to it because they were of different stone. That's what I remember from that. And it was
reminiscent of Tiamat. And then Bahamut is the platinum dragon. They don't have to be related. It's just
so.
What came
I mean, just to be clear, she asked us to go down and check out the disturbance, right? That's all she wanted us to
She
do.
suspected some hellish influence seeping in from
Well,
the
I don't know
base
if
of the
we
mountain.
found that.
Yeah, I don't.
Hyperion, make a intelligence check.
Oh, I
Actually,
got
roulette wasn't close enough. Yeah, only till
22.
That is very good. There is something to the orientation of the draconic humanoid feet. The placement of them is actually somewhat reminiscent of the statue in Jermorin's cave. Obviously, a very different make, but just the placement and kind of stylized appearance of that draconic scaled calf down.
Did that have any
It did remind
inscription?
you of that.
Did that have a inscription on it? Obviously, the heads were added on after.
I believe when it was investigated, it was never either revealed to have. I don't know if you guys checked, but there was none read. There was none determined to be there. Yeah.
I had a 19. I had a 19 investigation check, and I did not find that. But also, Jamoran spoke in our ears quickly after I started investigating, so maybe I didn't get to finish investigating the statue.
He also appeared draconic in nature.
Having seen that creature, would I think it's hellish, or do I think it's more of like a monster? Because I know that we were sent down here for hellish influence.
I would give you let's do, I think I want it to be a religion check.
Oh god.
Which is still intelligence, so better you than me,
Actually,
funnily enough.
I rolled another 19, so 22 again.
Based on your minimal but somewhat diverse knowledge from an educated standpoint of hellish creatures, I would say that magma worm seemed more primordial natural rather than of hellish anti-divine influence.
Yeah, like the base of a mountain flowing with magma, that feels pretty primordial to me.
Okay, I'll tell you guys that. So I think what this means is we need to either find another way forward from here, from that thing's lair, or we need to go back and try the other path as well.
We'll definitely inquire Aulethier about that, because that is still an incredible beast down here below their town.
What do you think?
I say we backtrack and go back down that other path.
Gotta backtrack, other path.
We
were walking pretty steeply for a couple hours down the path we chose. So there's a chance the path we didn't take could lead to the bridge.
I just think it's weird that we're at a dead end.
I mean, technically it might not be, because it looks like that worm is burrowing channels, but
we have to go back in its lair regardless.
I mean, we're not. It's like right around the corner. Yeah, and we just found a safe little pocket, I guess. It is just very interesting that there's a lone flower this steep down.
Put on my cloak again and start reattuning to it. Is attunement broken the second you part with it?
No, you can still have it attuned and in your backpack or something.
That's the mental connection.
Get it back on. Yeah.
I didn't want to lose this if I got rolling in lava.
That's smart.
Okay.
Should we just sleep on it? I mean, does anyone like this is a rather...
let's establish what the options are, and then we should sleep on it.
Jerry, walk us through the options.
All right. Option number 1, we take the boring route, which is going backtracking, but we might have to. Option number 2, we climb up to the bridge, very dangerous, but potentially more fun, but potentially deadly. Option number 3, we do neither and we just go back.
Like all the way up?
Yeah, like back up and we
Because-
report this because
What if this is it? What if this is what we need to do? Because, like, what if we go up to the bridge and it just looks down and we just see the same monster and there's no cool place to rest?
I mean, we could go up and try that other path, and then if there's nothing, we could just head back. I don't want to just. We came all the way down here. I don't want to go without searching as intently as
because
we could.
we came down the one way down. We went through there. We went down, fought the Rocky boys, and then we found our split. So we're pursuing the first option. Potentially, we could spend some more time right now before we decide to take a rest to peek out and look around and see if we get inspired of anything else in this chasm. Otherwise, I think we've exhausted this path.
How far can Moby 3 go?
As far as I want him to, but I can only it's only within 100 feet that I can actually talk to him.
It's funny because Toby, you mentioned an interesting idea, which is that it's burrowing, so maybe we could check its channels. I'm almost nervous if we take that route because who knows how many paths there are, and also I don't think that this thing has to do with what Aulethier sent us down for, and I don't know that we would just be gambling that it would just lead us to some devil or something.
Yeah.
This thing making those earthquakes?
I mean, it
Ooh,
is
that's
burrowing.
interesting, but also, if we were to go down another random channel that it's burrowed, that's the exact size it needs to follow us.
DM, just a quick question. I know we went through that chamber quickly, but like there was an entrance into that chamber.
I pointed out
out of that chamber, and everywhere else was lava. And would we have been able to even get to one of those burrowing tunnels?
It would require some creative acrobatics or feats of, daring to reach them, but possible.
Also, we saw it move a bit. And that was just when Topir and you got close?
I think that it could sense me when I stepped close because I stepped on the bridge and I got within this little zone of influence. And it stopped growing, and then you teleported me up there, and it started turning around. And then when I got far enough away, it stopped caring about me, and you all didn't activate its attention. So I don't know that it's going to be the worst thing to double back through there, but I definitely don't want to tempt fate. I'm honestly...
I mean, for all we know, if it gets a lucky hit on any of us, that could be it.
It was surrounded in lava in there, and we can't escape. And so, if things go sour, they go sour quickly, probably for all of us. So, I think we did well to get here. I'm just
inventory.
If only I could fly, this would be so much easier, and I could carry you guys up there.
That probably would help.
We rest. We pluck this flower, we go back to the fork, we take the other way, and we keep going. Or let's gonna start setting up a tiny little camp on one side of this room.
Say that again. Rest, double back.
Rest, pluck the flower, dig as much dirt underneath it so we're not actually plucking the flower, return back to the fork in the road, take the other path, keep going.
Okay. Yeah. We should take watches.
Yes. Yeah.
This little room is connected by a thin walkway from the previous big room. Is it more than 60 feet?
That walkway was more than 60 feet long.
So it took us a minute or two to
it
just
took you
walk.
a couple minutes to get here, yes.
Okay. So probably feel comfortable if it got up to the wall, wouldn't sense us.
Well, we definitely learned a lot. We got to see the statue. We have a feeling that the statues are connected. We learned about the beast, and we found a place to rest. So this path wasn't for nothing.
It also, yeah, I'm also just thinking, like, she sent us down, they sent us down here, and we'll come back and we'll relay everything. And they might be potentially expecting that only one thing sounded unfamiliar, so.
Well, also, if you think about it, if there's hellish beasts or whatever, they'd be in the more, like, developed parts, and we probably followed that thing's own burrow through, so it makes sense that there's nothing down here besides its lair.
Right.
Is there a way for us to tell if that thing is hellish or not?
Well, I got close enough that I think it is a little more just deep magic natural.
Essence of fire.
I don't think it's so much a hell beast as it is like
of the world.
A primordial being. Well, if that's all there is, we could just go to sleep.
I think so. Everyone, make sure we're checking our packs every now and then, making sure we're aware of our resources. I forget stuff all the time. I have an unbreaking arrow that if we so feel the need to climb, I could fly up there with the rope, attach it near the bridge, and the rope would never break. Or the anchor of the rope would never break.
I'm going to brew a tea and put my ring in it while we're hanging.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to collect 25 pounds of rubble into a page in the book.
Okay. You can do that.
Also, because you said it was like afternoon, so we have like...
It was late afternoon. You're like getting to the point where your stomachs might be grumbling for dinner-ish time.
I actually have something I'd like to practice if we're just relaxing in here.
Can I get a half a day on my upgrade?
If you work, yes, you should be able to do so, yeah.
We would probably need to be doing stuff ourselves then. So the long rest, like, synced up. Right? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to all have, technically, this long rest. You can go to sleep earlier than Roulette if you want to, and just sleep till everyone's ready to wake up.
You need a partner for what you're working on, Telperion?
Oh. Unless you want me to throw things at you.
I'm feeling spry.
Feeling spry? I was just going to throw my slivers and try to recall them back to my hands. If you want to practice with a sliver, you could.
Well, yeah. Well, I can hold my shield in different places and give you a target.
Oh, sure. Okay. We do that. So I get my slivers out, and I practiced before. So I'm remembering when Rebecca, when she interrupted me to teach me about the idea of throwing the sliver quickly, my initial thought was to try to pull it back as a part of just like quickly. So I aim for Toby's shield. I'm doing it with both hands, so I have the one in each hand, and then I'll try to pull it back as quickly as possible.
Okay.
And I'll just do that for a while. And I also I'll take the four.
And like if you start nailing it really well, I'll start like moving back and forth and being mobile instead of just a stationary target.
Moving target.
Okay. Telperion, give me a attack rolls are like kind of not an issue here. Give me, I think, just give me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Which is the same as an intelligence check for me. 16.
Okay. You are able to do so. It's actually, you're finding it easier to do it when you miss and you're just redirecting its momentum back in your direction, but it is still taking time. Like your Kaer is still, you're trying to learn how to speed up your Kaer, but it is like almost like a buzzing sensation in your head when you try and force it to you more quickly. But so far, you're able to certainly throw it as if a boomerang, and it will purposely or not purposely miss Toby Rama and kind of slowly curve around him back to your hand. It's just not quite as quick as in the same motion yet. But
sweet, thanks, Toby.
And like after that, my shield has been pelted by magical weapons, so I'll spend some time mending up the damage.
An important question I have: magical weapons, they take less damage than they would if they were like
magical weapons.
like,
they stay the test, or like they persevere through the test of time. They don't like wear down. So like that pickaxe you found, the handle was rotted to shit, but who knows how long that's been here, but the head of that was in great condition. So you suspect that's somewhat magically imbued.
Yeah, we need to remember that.
I do take that out.
For example.
Yeah.
Sure. But yes, and even if you're not quite sure how it would interact with lava per se, but in general, yes, they are much more magically protected and durable than regular stuff.
Sweet.
Okay, well that's happening. I remembered that I am still a gas cloud. So
for however long you chose to be, yeah. They're all just talking, but yes.
And I could float up to the just to like scout around. So maybe I'll float up there just to like look around. Because I can go pretty. Okay. It's like an hour-long duration.
Yeah,
so I could go pretty.
We wouldn't be able to tell you no. Like,
I'll just float up there and look around. It's it'd be 20 if I'm dashing every single turn.
So it's 20. So it's 200 feet per minute.
200 feet a minute. Yeah. So it's taking me a minute to get up to the bridge. Just look around a little bit and then like float back.
Yeah, you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys seen Jerry?
Let's bring you back to the thing. It has been a little bit at this point, so we'll move back to here for a moment. I'm going to move everyone else to the not token layer, except for Jerry.
The worm.
All right, so Jerry, as a cloud, when you come out into this space, that magma worm is even further. You see its body, its length is so long. Could be 100 feet long. You're not sure. You haven't necessarily seen the end of it. It's just like peeking out from beneath the magma, and the rest of it's coiling and wrapping around and bracing itself like a snake would around different kind of perches of rock and stuff. But its face that was burrowing into the stone is no longer visible. It is much further into the stone at this point. But you do still see the whole form of it, like, like doing the little kind of worm movement thing as it pulses and tries to grind stone further. But you are far enough away, it does not seem to whatsoever take notice of your form as a gaseous cloud that is not making contact with the ground. You are free to journey up 200 feet over the course of the next minute or so.
God, I'm just going to float up, and I'm going to see what's going on up at the bridge, just to see if it looks like it goes farther, if that's the way we should be heading.
Sure.
This is amazing. I'm so obsessed.
1 second.
Jiri is currently flying. Just want to say that.
Jiri's like cheat coding right now. This is incredible.
Jiri, as you start to move up toward the bridge, you notice it's rather wide in terms of its like heavy built structure. There's a mixed match of stone and iron attached to this bridge, and it is spanning a little more than 100-foot gap from one stone cliff face in this subterranean cavern to another. And as you get closer to it, you see there are hovering, levitating, large statues set outside next to it. As I move you to this screen. And so you have floated up 200 feet. The magma is still visible far, far, far below, but you're now able to kind of peek up roughly here.
Do I see anything? Anybody moving around?
Give me a perception check. 12's enough to see that there are many gaps in this bridge, And although the lava is hundreds of feet below you at this point, you can see steam, like little thin pillars of steam rising out of each of these holes. But otherwise, no motion. You have full hearing in this sensation, don't you?
I believe so. It doesn't specify whether or not my senses are hindered in any way.
Okay.
I just think you can't talk is the only thing.
Yep.
Otherwise,
I'm realizing now that thing is a worm, so it can't fly necessarily.
It doesn't say I can't talk.
oh, I'm thinking of something else then.
I don't know what spells.
Oh, no, it does say can't talk. Never mind.
See if it's gaseous.
I could probably read your mind though, if I can too.
Yes, that is true. What's the range on your mind thing?
60 feet.
Never mind.
And I have to know to do it.
I'm just gonna look.
Also,
just
I
like-
will also say, each of these pillars of stone, or not really pillars, these large statues of stone flanking both sides of this bridge, all seem to be of the same draconic dragon figurine. They're all like a smaller dragon sculpture.
Any inscription on these ones?
Does not appear to be so.
All right. Take mental note as much as I can of what the statues look like. I want to go back and forth, like just go down to the end of the bridge and then back, just to like look through like either direction that it's heading, and then I don't want to scout for too long and just head back and like let everybody know what I saw.
Okay. Off in this direction, you see that the bridge continues until it hits the other stone face in front of it that kind of completes the other side of this like cylindrical-ish chamber that still rises into darkness above. But when you get closer to this side, you can see that there are stone steps, clearly, mortal made or something. There is something with intelligence has crafted steps out ahead, similar to the fact that this bridge structure exists. And I will give you a glimpse at what lies ahead as you can start to see it out ahead. The bridge narrows and there seems to be some sort of large chamber ahead.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I fly back down as
Oh, you
quickly
guys
as I
aren't there
can.
yet.
which
I don't
is
wanna look
pretty
anymore.
slow.
That's okay. Okay, so after that, and then I will say also, as we're back on this, when you scouted back toward this direction, you kind of can see enough where you're like, that seems to be the gradual rise of the decline we were heading on earlier. You suspect that might eventually meet up with that other route you guys could have taken. Just the similar shifting of terrain, but roughly the same hewn path. But otherwise, you are able to make it back if you want.
Yeah. Could we say that I have like more than like a few rocks on me, because I always carry them for my like pebbles, you know what I mean, that I throw?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Jiri has a couple pebbles in his pockets for sure.
I'll pop out of gaseous form, and then I'm gonna make a line of rocks across the bridge, and then pop back into gaseous form and like fly back down.
Okay. When you pop out of gaseous form and land on the bridge, you feel the bridge shake a little bit. And 1, 2. Oh, I can't do multiple at once.
Mother of God.
Several spouts of steam flare into fire and erupt, not in your immediate vicinity, but in seemingly random pattern throughout the bridge. And out of one of them coalesces a snake-like individual that immediately appears and glares at you with a spear.
Okay, back in gaseous form, off the bridge. I'm gonna jump off the bridge and then jump into gaseous form as I'm falling.
Okay, you're welcome to do that. So as you're falling, you see this thing rush towards you and then like grab, it's like snake-like form wraps around portions of the bridge, and it like leans down, like threatening you with its spear and hissing at you. But you are able to jump back down, re-gaseous form, and make your way back to your friends.
All right. Cloud Jury appears. I don't know what you guys are up to. Maybe making camp.
I'm throwing.
Yeah, still. Yeah, we were probably in the midst of training.
It only took like 10 minutes.
Anyone seen
Alright.
Jerry?
I saw him turn into a cloud.
So, and then on gaseous form.
And I'll be like, guys, guess what I just saw?
The
Giant
giant
dragon.
magma worm.
I did see that, but I also saw another type of worm, snake kind of thing, up on that bridge.
Did you tell us you were going anywhere?
No, I can't
Oh.
talk
Wait,
on the cloud.
how'd you get up? Oh wait, you were a cloud. Did you fly up to the bridge?
Yes, but I wouldn't count that as flying because I have to be able to fly in my normal condensed form for it to count.
Sounds
Like
like
looking-
flying to me.
I'm looking
know.
between Roulette and Toby to see if either of them are going to mention the fact that Jerry went off like that without saying anything.
I couldn't talk.
Can't you become smoke and then, or mist and then turn back into it?
No, I was always missed.
Oh, okay. Mm.
Anyways,
So,
it looks like that's where we're supposed to go. There was something evil up there, and as soon as I stepped on the bridge, it like tried to attack me, so I ran away.
and it was a snaky thing?
Yep, with a big spear.
Okay.
Do you think the
Hostile.
other route would take us there?
I didn't get to see that far, but I do know that the other side of the bridge leads to like a cool, like chamber with more magma.
Oh, good. Just hoping we'd
Oh,
find
magma.
all. All right. Well, we know what we're doing tomorrow then.
Yeah, we gotta go up to the bridge.
Okay.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
That's what we're doing.
After Toby and I exercise or whatever, I'll agree to take first watch, and I'll say I don't know that we need to take our usual amount of watches, so I think it might be okay if we don't all. I don't know. We can do watch like usual. Toby's face is twitching when I suggest all.
Yeah. There's a giant monster that eats through stone near us. It could
All
make
right.
its way here.
Well, I'll take the first 2 hours. No, 4 hours, I suppose. And who shall I wake?
Wake me up after that.
All right. And then you'll wake up whom?
I'll wake up Jerry because Roulette's probably gonna stay up working on something, it seems.
Okay, excellent. I do that. I take the first watch.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception for me over the course of your watch.
Oh my god, it was almost a 2, and then it rolled out to a 12. 15 total.
Okay.
12, yeah.
You hear the fading sound slowly but steadily, the fading sound of grinding stone as that worm pushes further and further into the spot it was focused on.
Are you working awake right now?
No, I was just working.
Probably for 2 hours of it if you're not going to
Probably,
rest.
yes, yeah.
I'll say, I can't tell if I'm glad it's getting further away for our safety or worried that it's going to burrow out of the mountain. Maybe it doesn't want to leave, though. 'cause it likes magma.
That thing lives here. I don't think it's not a threat unless you're down here snooping around in its home,
Like we're doing.
like we're doing.
Okay. All right, I wait for Roulette to go to sleep.
I go sleepy sleep.
Okay.
And then I read thoughts. Gross.
Okay.
Gross.
I will say roulette automatically minds are resistant to prying forces. So roulette will still be able to, you can get surface thoughts.
It's not
for free.
Roulette's mind I'm trying to read. So I'm casting Detect Thoughts, which makes all surface level thoughts available.
Yes.
Without anything.
Focus on a creature.
Well, yeah.
You target a creature, so you can't shift it from person to person, I don't think.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, shit.
It's like when you cast Telekinesis, you become telekinetic for 10 minutes. When you cast Detect Thoughts, you become a telepath for a minute. So you can shift on your action for different surface thoughts. And then as an action, you can burrow deeper into one person.
Oh, that's
if
awesome.
they resist it, the spell's canceled.
Oh, yeah, you're totally right. Cool.
So when I just do surface thoughts, well, I've never tried to do this when someone was dreaming before. I'm gonna pick on Toby. Do I get anything while he's asleep for surface level?
I would say that's a Toby.
What
question.
is the subconscious? I've got to think about how that would get answered.
It's surface level thoughts, so if you're dreaming of something, I guess, but also you don't necessarily know what you're dreaming about.
But Toby Rama could fill in and author his own surface thoughts, what he thinks of when he's dreaming. I may step in if there's additional circumstances.
What is the word I'm looking for? Like protective of like one's like a group, like
like your paternal instincts are kicking in.
Like I am so set on trying to protect this group of us. Which I don't know if that bleeds into a dream or not. I just imagine that has bled into the subconscious because that's what he's been thinking about actively a lot.
Well, once I know that it works on a more regular mind, I want to see what Jerry's what's happening with Jerry.
What's that supposed to mean?
Surface level thoughts from Jerry.
So going off by ourselves is not okay, but prying into people's mind, okay.
Listen, Jerry told me he had a devil in his head today, so I'm checking out what's going on in there.
Did I?
I don't know.
You were asking about vampire. That was to me.
You said something last session though about it. You told me you were worried that he stuck around.
Right.
True.
So I'm going off the previous permission.
All right. What do I roll?
Well, the surface thoughts is just
surface thoughts he gets for free. So anything you think would be at the front highest level occupying Jerry's mind, Telperion gets that for free. If Telperion wants to dive deeper and get more intense thoughts, that's when you would have to fail a save.
Jerry is, as he's dreaming, I guess, he's thinking about being brave and like you gotta be brave, you know, like you gotta help the group out. That kind of like mentality is what you would get from him.
You also hear another voice alongside Jerry's own voice. You hear, Jerry, it's all right. You've done plenty for them so far. We will get stronger together. I will help you be brave if I can.
Okay, thank you. But did you hear that voice? Was it just me that heard it? It sounded like that Thor Moran guy. Or maybe it was. Hopefully it was him and not Jax again.
Interesting.
Do you think Jack could be hiding somewhere?
I'll say at that point, surface level thoughts begin to fade. Anything else gets a little deeper.
DM, clarification. This is my first time ever
hearing this voice, yes.
Hearing this voice. I am out of there.
Okay.
And then I think about that for 2 hours. And then I wake Toby. And then I trance. I did hear a devil voice. So Toby's up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Toby, give me a perception as Tuperian begins to trance.
11 plus 7, 18.
18 is really good. You experience one tremor over the course of your watch, and it seems to be coming from not so far. The tremors you felt have seemed like they're coming from below you. It felt like they were ricocheting upward. This one seems to be feeling like it's ricocheting downward, like it originated from somewhere elsewhere and kind of made its way down toward you. You heard a rumbling off in the distance at a higher elevation, and it came down in your direction, but no creatures or dangers assault you over the course of the night.
I will note that, and I would say during my watch, I would be focusing on the. If I'm, I want to make sure I'm saying this right before I do it. I am going to focus on some of the melodies I feel coming from the medallion, and potentially trying to see if there's a pattern, a repeating song. Maybe every now and then I'll think I'll harmonize a bit, but just more so than I can afford while we're up and moving about.
Sure. I would say give me an intelligence check.
I'll stick with my Toby die. Big zero. 14.
You can't get a 0 in intelligence, can you?
Well, plus
Base
0.
10.
Plus 0.
Oh, plus 0.
That is what I was
14, you said?
14.
It is difficult to discern any version of a pattern. Sometimes it's a humming. Sometimes it's like a wailing, like a crying, wailing, mournful, baleful sound. Sometimes it's like laughter. But at some point over the course of the 2 hours you spend thinking about it, there's a sequence of kind of hummed notes that you are able to kind of instinctually predict. But outside of that, there is no clear discernible pattern. You somehow knew, da-na-na, like at one part in that melody, you just knew what notes would happen next.
Interesting.
And it's not like a musical instrumental melody. It is like more of a humming.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, that tremor.
But your watch completes successfully.
That tremor felt differently, and I will remember to mention that to the group. But I will shake Jiri awake.
Okay.
What, Toby?
You good to keep watch for the last couple hours? Feeling rested?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel much braver.
Nice.
Had a good night dream. But last time I was on watch, we got robbed. I don't know if I'm the best one.
That was when I was on watch, and we've made it past mine so far.
Yeah, but that was the only night I ever did watch.
I understand your point there.
I'm just saying, hopefully I'm not unlucky or cursed.
Well,
but
I'll be right by you. You just, give me a quick little kick if something happens.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll look at this crack, and that's it. I won't get distracted by anything.
All right.
And Toby, as soon as you fall asleep, a voice tries to distract Jiri. Jiri, do you feel all right? Is your mind ailing you right now?
Yeah, I've got a headache.
When you were sleeping, there seemed to be a flash of that storm in our mind. I don't know where it came from, but hopefully you'll recover soon.
Yeah, I've been remembering less things lately. Is that anything you're doing?
Causing you to remember less? No. I'm trying to recover our memories. However I can.
Okay, sounds good. But, will you help me stay on watch?
I will try.
Okay, cool. We can talk.
Better we talk minimally so I can recover my arcane abilities and can therefore grant them to you the following day.
Okay, then leave Shadow Moby here, and I'll talk to him.
Very well. And you feel the steam kind of emanating from your body and forming into a humanoid, invisible, translucent at your side, Moby.
Okay, Shadow Moby. I'll keep you awake and you keep me awake.
Shadow Moby just kind of acknowledges you with a shift of its translucent head, but otherwise does not respond.
At some point, Alfie plods over and drops like 3 to 5 of those rope rings at your feet. Wanders like 10, 15 feet away. Goes into like a weird mixed version of ostrich in ball mode, but it's like ball mode, but he just has like a single point sticking out, like aimed in your direction, waiting for you to throw.
He's self-aware. He's getting intelligence.
I'll ask him this. Wait, does Toby doesn't have long hair, right?
No.
Okay. Elfie, you're gonna have to get some hair from Roulette and Telperion at some point so we can make rings out of their hair. Okay? It's our secret.
Alfie doesn't move.
And then I play the toss game.
Okay. Make a perception check for me over the course of your watch.
Oh God, I wasn't.
Oh!
Yeah.
That sounds right. As soon as Toby Rama fell asleep and you promised you wouldn't get distracted, you started having conversation, conjured a sidekick, played with Alfie a little bit. But 2 hours pass and you do not feel a giant worm trying to burrow its way into your space.
Nothing is more relieving than a bad roll not leading to something bad.
That we know of.
We wake up.
Jiri is asleep on duty.
8 is gone.
When you guys wake up, you notice that the tip of the flower has opened very slightly. And there's an orangish glow emanating from the top of it.
I look in it.
Is it still just as cold, like and cool in the room?
It is still just as cold, still cool in the room, cold in its vicinity.
I look in the bubble. Or I look in its bulb.
Do you?
Yeah.
Look at you just prying without asking.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know anything about that, Roulette.
Everyone make sure you're correctly standing where you intend to be standing as Telperion looks in the bulb.
I said I was off in the side.
I said I would be near Jiri so you could kick me away.
Everyone immediately justifies, oh, I'm way over here.
I'm just saying.
I did say I was going to be trying to unroot the flower, so this is my normal way of thing.
Yeah. So as you look in the top of it, and orange light illuminates your face. If anyone looks over at you, they just see you with a bright orange face illuminated from the interior of this thing. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me. As all of a sudden, the petals all like wilt, fall away, and a burst of flame just erupts in its vicinity.
21.
You do succeed, taking half of 21 damage. A burst of 10 fire damage licks into your form, erupting, and its petals all just fall limp. Not fully wilted. They still have the violet coloration to them, as some sort of flickering spirit now hovers in its space.
I'm deciding if I want to shield myself. I won't. I'll take 10 damage.
Okay.
I say, ow, is my hair okay?
This flickering thing starts to rise up into the air. And you see like wisps of flame flicker off of it, and it like seems to flutter in its space, and then it soars down toward you. I need everyone to roll initiative.
This was little flower. I wasn't gonna pluck you. It rolled a 24.
Ooh, it did roll a 20 fucking 4.
22.
I wasn't gonna start my day with this. Oh wait, I took damage, right? Can I have cold?
You did.
Can I cloak it?
I would say this counts as a surprise round, as you were not prepared for that. So now it is functionally initiative, and you'll have your reaction available, but you did not have your reaction available in that moment.
Oh, okay. So I didn't need to sweat the lack of shield.
But it is this weird flame spirit's turn. It is going to, I think, just hover right next to you, trying to get in the middle of many of you for some reason, as it tries to consume your warmth.
For some reason.
19 to hit.
Whom?
You.
Oh,
it is
me.
attacking
Oh,
you.
yeah, it hits. That hits.
Okay. For 17 fire damage.
I got a shield on this.
Okay.
5, 6, 7. I should save from 8 of that.
Okay.
So I take 11 damage.
Yes. 9 damage. If you shielded 8,
Yeah.
and it does 9 to you.
Wow.
But that is its turn. Toby Rama.
I woke up feeling fine 4 seconds ago. No, I'm not
Oh
fine.
Christ! And I'll like make a motion in the air, and I will cast spiritual weapon, flying arrow.
Okay.
And make an 18 to hit attack roll.
This thing dodges around your arrow, but it barely just hits it,
Okay.
dealing 12 force damage.
12 force damage. And I'm gonna.
That works.
That's my bonus action. I'm gonna quickly follow it up with a Toll the Dead.
Okay.
Look at that economy.
Fail.
It does fail. So it will take the what?
12 necrotic.
Okay. Got it.
And I will go back to crouching below this rock I'm near.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Roulette, you are up.
I'm gonna whisper to Alfie. Alfie, get back, get away from this thing. Bonus action, arcane weapon, and for the first time, you see. Ignore the number I rolled. I just had to cast that. My flail extends and turns like a shimmering white as cold ice starts forming all over the chain and on the head of the thing. And I'm gonna take 2 swings at it.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Advantage for where you are.
Yeah, this is getting into that situation. Yes, this is at advantage for you from here.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be for me.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
24 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's this plus this cold.
Nice.
Ooh, I'll take that.
You feel your mace head sink into it, but you also see a spray of mist as your ice is evaporated fairly quickly, and it only seems partially damaged by that.
Oh.
But
that is
it
always
does successfully
so,
do 11
It always feels counterintuitive when cold things aren't good against fire, but it makes sense. We're so used to Pokemon.
5e is so like that. Like if it's cold, it's gonna resist both cold and warmth. I think. Or the way around.
And 19 hits as well. Yep. It almost got out of the way of that one, but you did hit it. For another 8 plus
5
2.
icy.
Got it.
And
This thing is starting to already, like, its flames are less densely packed and they're more like spread out and fluid. You guys are beating this thing's form fairly quickly.
I told Alfie to back up, so I am going to back up just one space as well. That's my turn.
Jiri.
I did say Jerry was asleep, so I guess he.
This will all awaken you.
Right,
you
I'll
are
get up
prone,
then.
but yeah, you can use 15 half your movement to get up.
And I'll be like, I wasn't sleeping, and then I will throw 2 rocks at it.
Okay, go for it.
All right, where is that?
Definitely hits. It reacts in staggered, sporadic motion.
Dang.
And that one just sails. Now that this thing's body is like more loosely packed, this stone just harmlessly sails right through it, not impacting it.
All right, and I'll move a little closer.
Okay. Telperion.
I just attacking with way Lucid Jade.
Okay.
I rolled it 2.
That misses, unfortunately.
I rolled an 18 on the second though.
Oh, actually, you also started your turn within 5 feet of it, and therefore automatically take 5 damage, fire damage.
This feels great, everyone. Just pardon me while I burn. 18 plus 7 on the second hit.
Yes, absolutely hits.
Where did my D4 go? I'm probably gonna psionic if it doesn't. How is it looking? It's looking spread apart and weak.
It's looking pretty weak.
I'm psionicking. I need this thing to die. I'm at fucking half health. I rolled incredibly well. I got 4 plus 3, so I get to add 7 to this. So 14 plus another 4 is 18 plus 8 is 24 damage. 26 damage.
How do you destroy this fire snap spirit?
Heal first. Don't forget.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal 4. And then
Good point.
and then I just like. I'm not even cool about it. This is the most uncool you've seen Telperion. He's burning. It's fucking 4 minutes into his morning, and he just like swings once and disperses it, and he just swings a bunch for this, like to fan it away.
Almost like off balance on the back of your foot, just like, but it does disperse, disappear, and you all are left once more. You also do notice as soon as this thing disperses, the whole environment starts to slowly, not suddenly or drastically, but slowly, you're like, whoa, it just got a little warmer in here.
All right, Telperion, let me see to you. I got you.
Before one second, and I'll all right, 5. I get 11 back on my second wind. Psionic.
Okay,
so you're doing a psionic second wind.
I'm at 43 out of 52, so you got to do with that. But
Out of 52, I'll take the time to do 1 cure wounds on you. No, I won't even do that. I'll give you a free 6, just by laying my hand on you and
okay,
putting my magenta that fades into gray glow into you.
thanks, Toby.
Free, 6.
Appreciate it.
Is there anything on the ground where this spirit was floating?
there is not. It is fully nothingness. This thing was made from flame and dissipated into the environment, but the violet petals are now exposing the seeds that exist within. You are able to go ahead and give me a D8 roll, Telperion.
Ooh.
4.
You are able to get 6 seeds of whatever this thing is.
What's that thing called? A fire spirit? Fire snap spirit?
Yeah, the fire snap spirit is what it's called. You're not sure what the name of this plant is, though.
Fire snap violet.
Ooh, plant them in your enemy's garden.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's a fun little trap. Then one day they wake up, oh, that's so pretty. Ah!
6 seeds. Is it wilting or is it just like chilling?
The petals seem like less vibrantly violet than they were, but it is still, it's not wilting per se. It just seems like sad.
I think we'll just leave it here. All right. Can we get on with the morning? I signed recover, so I've only spent 1 die now.
Okay.
I will get my flying arrow spell slot back real quick.
Okay.
Harness that divine power.
So that's 1 use of channel divinity.
All right. So we got across the thing. Let's just get this over with. How are we going to get across, though, as quickly as possible without getting into space? I guess we need to see where it is.
I will say I intend to, before we make our... Well, let's go take a look. Let's, peek out. Because it was burrowing all night.
Maybe it's not even in there.
So let's go peek out before we start overwhelming ourselves.
Okay. I think we got really lucky the first time that it didn't hear us, so I'm nervous we're not going to be so lucky this time.
You might get even luckier. It might not even be in there.
I guess that's true. Why don't we set Moby in first to see if it's in there, and then we can make a plan.
I'll take Moby off my hip, and without thinking, I'll throw him to launch him in the air. I'm not currently attuned to the Smith's
companion. Oh, yeah, fair. That's pretty funny. You throw the Pokeball and it just duds to the ground.
Yeah, I can't. He's out of commission for the day. I'm working on some other stuff, and I hit my shield and my mace.
Well, that's on us for growing accustomed to,
What's your AC?
I mean, dire straits. I can get him back in an hour if we need it, but I'm just gonna go peek outside and see if I see anything.
I'll come with you. I'll let you clingy boys hang behind for a sec.
We'll stay 30 feet back. Also, we should come up with some kind of code, because I can read thoughts now within 60 feet. So if you were up there and you wanted to have me read your mind so I could know you could communicate without needing to, and I could always think back to you, we should kind of think of some kind of sound that might be advantageous.
Or even just a hand gesture, like a sign. Because that way we're not making a noise.
Go like this, tap your ear, and then I'll know that you want me to listen to your thoughts.
Understood.
Horns,
yeah.
All right. Roulette and Tobirama, give me a stealth check as you guys move forward to scout a little bit.
I'm going to give myself a D4 if that's okay.
Yep.
Rolled a nat 1 to get it out of the way.
14 plus
7.
Okay, 15 versus 7. Kind of average out.
You guys move out. Sneak out of that crevice. Magma worm does not seem to be visible.
Oh, thank the gods.
Do I see rocks falling from any of the holes that the magma worm has created, or specifically
the one it was working on?
It was working on.
I'll give you a nature check.
Nature.
Wow.
It went in that one.
You do not see any falling debris, falling rocks, shifting terrain. What you do see is in that space that its face was affixed to now is a full-length tunnel. And you can see, and this is 50 feet up off the ground in the side of a cliff, but you see the faint, you almost have to kind of avert your gaze and come back to it as if your eyes are playing tricks on you. You think you see the faintest orange dull glow coming from that cavern.
Is it like a magma orange?
Yes.
Oh,
I turn around and I jog back and say, let's go. We need to go now. The thing is not there. Let's make our way through real quick. I don't know where it is, but let's get the hell out of here.
Same plan as yesterday?
No, just run.
Okay,
Bridges.
Watch your step on the bridges. They don't look too stable, but watch your step.
Just so I say it, I'm not doing reaction hold a spell, but on my mind is someone falls, I'm casting water walk, so they're not submerging, they're just getting surface level. That is prepared and ready for me to do.
Your moment of tension and preparedness eases as you guys are all able to very safely cross once more.
Wow.
Whoa. That was cool.
As we exit, does it look like it like came in the room or anything?
That took 12 seconds.
No noticeable sign.
Is that orange glow getting brighter?
With your same perception check, you no longer see the orange glow.
Let's go.
Well, I think it was it going further away. But yes, either way, let's continue going.
All right, so essentially,
and also, just as a note, very small passive intelligence thing for Roulette, just accompanying her nature check. You guys were sleeping for hours? That thing was burrowing slowly, but if that thing was, the light of its luminescent form was visible right now, who the fuck knows how long that thing is? Just a eerie thought placed in Roulette's mind. But
what is your passive intelligence?
Wait, what?
The light you were saying,
if that thing has been burrowing into that hole for hours and hours and it's still barely visible, that thing must be really fucking
Oh,
long.
it's very distended. Gotcha. Let's go.
Okay.
Well, it's not here. We could have looked around.
No, we're going.
All right.
You guys are. It takes 2 hours.
You just
now that you're more sure-footed. It took you 2 hours to go down carefully. Now going up, more sure of the terrain, it takes you another 2 hours to get up the steep decline that you came down. But you guys once more make it to the fork and
taking drinks when we need.
The boulders used as your bridge to get across the lava flow are no longer available. And to make it back to the normal path, you will have to get over that 20 feet of lava again.
Sure.
So sick of fucking lava.
How
many boulders are
I
there?
feel like I could levitate us across this time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm feeling up to it. Now that I'm rested.
If you think you can get a lot of us, with your resources.
Why don't you take Toby first? He's the lightest.
And I can jump Jiri and I can jump the least distant.
Yeah, and if you're too heavy, I'll come back for your pack or something like that.
Deal.
Okay. So Jiri, what are you attempting here?
I'm attempting to take my boots off, start floating, grab onto Toby, and have Telperion kind of like push us across.
Okay. I just want to double check out of curiosity if there's a weight limit to this.
I think it's 500.
I'm about 250 with my pack.
Yeah, and Jiri's got to be less
Jiri's
than that. So
light,
you guys,
180.
you two can definitely make it over. And with Telperion's guiding of Kayer across giving you some version of momentum, you guys are able to cross no problem. And then you set Toby Rama down. I imagine shuffle back over with Telperion pulling you.
And I gust my way back too.
For sure.
Hell yeah, Jiri.
And so now it'd be the next person's turn.
Okay, Roulette, you're next.
So
this does get interesting because I don't know if we're gonna hit the weight limit. I also don't know if I should particularly care, but
with me?
Yeah, because you're carrying more than Jiri is, but maybe you're not fully. You're probably actually similar to Toby because your stuff's mostly in the bag of holding. Now that I think about it, so you're probably fine too. I would say Roulette and Alfie, both of them separately, are not going to push you over the 500 limit.
I would have thrown like most of my tools in the bag anyway, just to get it in there. Yeah.
Roulette goes across. Elfie goes across. And then if I pick up Talpirian, am I like struggling to lift him?
I think so.
Pounds. Yeah, 178 is how much I'm carrying. I'm like 200, and you're 180, which is 558.
So you try and like lift off, and you're just gust of steam coming out your ankle pocket, not lifting you enough.
If I take off my 65-pound armor and I levitate it across myself, then you could carry me.
You're carrying 50 pounds of rope right now.
Oh. I levitate your bag of storing over, and I put the 50 pounds of rope in it. That's...
No. You do not levitate my satchel of storing over the lava.
Yeah, I've dropped so many things with my tokens before. All right. Then I also
think Kair has a 10-pound limit, which is
I levitate each of the 5 ropes, which is 10 pounds.
I'll go across with it.
Okay.
You
shuffle, you unload the 50 pounds worth of rope slowly across, and then Jiri, as you lift him up the next time, you're getting like inches above the ground, but it's functional. You're levitating.
This is the most
hold on tight.
I've ever been. Can you be ready?
And Jiri, as you kind of gust your way, you guys move with a larger mass. You're moving slower with that force, but you are able to get across.
Woo. All right, we're over.
And you are able to, over the course of another hour and a half or so, follow this more gradual decline and come to sight of the bridge that Jiri had seen from earlier.
1.5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we begin to emerge onto this, like we see the opening, we see light filtering in.
You guys are a bit further back, we'll say.
Oh, I said I did that.
Oh shit.
I'll do my normal. I'll do my upcast of aid, sparing Jiri.
I put all 50 pounds of rope in the bag of holding, by the way.
So Roulette, Telperion, and I have +10.
Chill.
I'll mark
That's
off
pretty
a
dope.
3rd level spell.
That's pretty dope as shit.
All right, so do we think we can just push the fucking snakes off?
Is this where the snakes were, Jiri?
So what happened is I stepped on the bridge, and then like jets of fire came out of those holes in the bridge, and then a snake came out and tried to stab me with his spear.
Exciting.
Maybe if we threw something onto the bridge, he'd come out, then we could like all shoot arrows at him or something.
We could do that. This is far too long to where I think we will be able to cross this without touching the bridge.
What if we... I'm not going to try to crawl on the sides.
Ooh, I'm happy for my wings. That is quite the fall.
It is a long way down. And all these statues are hovering roughly even elevation with the bridge.
Okay, so we know there's hostile creatures awaiting us.
What kind of weapons?
Jiri, you said the bridge shook?
Yeah, when I landed on it, it shook, and then the snake came out, and there's jets of fire. And the snake had a spear.
Only a spear? Well,
yeah, it shook its fist at me. We gotta kill it.
Well, strategy's probably not to push us off then, so if we just can kill it before it stabs us, we should be fine.
That's what I say. I say we stay here where it's safe, and then make it come to us.
Okay. Why don't I just step in the first 10 feet of it and bring it towards us?
Okay, before Telperion, let me know when you're about to do that, because I'm gonna cast a spell on Jiri and I.
Okay.
And then
I'm gonna do it now.
Okay, I cast Warding Bond on Jiri.
Get my pebbles ready.
I felt it made more sense to give me more HP, and then because then I'm sharing it with Jiri, who already has more than me.
I get a javelin out in each hand.
I'm readying a firebolt.
Readying a firebolt. Readying a. Did you say you're getting a javelin in your mage hand? Oh, in each hand. Gotcha. Javelin in each hand. Firebolt available. Jiri, you said you were readying stones. You have those in your hand ready to throw.
Throw.
So who's making this first move? Telperion, you're stepping forward. As soon as you step forward.
I've already been burned once today.
As soon as you step forward, the bridge shakes very slightly, and climbing, quickly slithering around the edge of the bridge is this creature. As soon as it appears, I'll allow all of you to get a surprise round. Well, not Toby Rama specifically, but stones, firebolt, and javelins can trigger in this moment.
All right, we're rolling 2d20s.
Hang on.
Are you in range for your jabs?
Okay, got it. Your second javelin. Oh, okay, yep. This will be extra attack. Or
yeah,
unless you wanted to
attack.
It just gets weird with bonus action offhand attack because that's then gets into 2 fighting rules, but that's not really what you're doing. You're just
this is just my first attack, second attack.
Okay. So go ahead and roll those. None of this has advantage. You do have a surprise round, but that doesn't mean unseen attackers or anything like that in this circumstance.
I rolled a 25 to hit on my firebolt with 8 fire damage.
Okay, let me pull this up. That's what I thought. Your firebolt blasts it in the chest, and just like the flames curl into its form and just are indiscernible from its own flaming visage, seemingly immune to the effect.
I said ice bolt.
Also immune.
Shit.
Javelin attacks, how'd those go, and how did pebbles go?
An 18 to hit and a 22 to hit.
Both of those hit.
The javelin's a d6, right?
Yes.
And what is your strength? +4?
Yeah, so, okay. Oh, fucking 1.
Oh, that's not good proficiency.
+4. Okay, so first javelin, how many feet is it away from me?
45.
Oh. Okay. Oh, fuck. These are a disadvantage.
So you rolled an 18 for the first one.
Okay, 18 for the first one. I won't roll damage yet. And then I'll do my second attack. Just the damage. 5 plus 7 is not going to hit.
No, it is not.
Okay.
First one did hit, though, for how much damage?
I rolled a 1. So 5 damage.
Got it. Jiri, stones to hit, 2 of those.
Yep. 1, 2.
The second one does hit for 9.
9 piercing.
Okay. Now that those attacks have triggered, we will now go ahead and roll initiative as this thing hisses.
Let it come to us.
Dude, I'm rolling crazy on initiative for monsters this
Why did the turn order thing get cool and modern looking all of a sudden?
Because you're in dark mode.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
dark mode does look different. Cool and modern.
Yeah, I'll shout out everyone, or like, just shout out, let it come to us. If you think about it, it's going last, you know. Because we all get to go, and then it goes. But right now it gets to go.
Yeah, okay. Telperion and Jiri, who has the higher dex? It's Jiri, so okay. That is the initiative order. You see this thing start to slither its way toward you, brandishing its spear, and as it does, it calls out to 2 sides of it. Die! Those who speak Primordial, this creature is speaking Ignan, a dialect of Primordial. And why is my music doing that? There we go. It is speaking dialect of Primordial that is strange to your ears, but you're able to pick up on its language, and it's saying, "Come, defend the king." As two of these guys
Primordial
appear.
again, which Toby's not getting this, but I'm thinking about it. Is the king the worm? Is the king about to be in the chamber? That would make a lot of sense.
Two bursts of flame erupt from gaps in the bridge and coalesce into snakes, smaller snakes, but made out of pure flame, as they will join the initiative count immediately. Although I didn't send results to the tracker, but they will get that. 7.
Tracker.
Hey, beer.
Add, turn.
Listen to
7, enter.
9. I thought.
Oh, yeah,
it was
you
a 7 on the
right.
dice.
Yep, you're right.
Which didn't change the order.
That's true. And so the larger creature slithers forward only this far and hurls its spear towards Telperion, the person in front.
Is that, I'm assuming, both snakes' initiative order?
Correct. Okay. Correct. Telperion, spear attack against you is... Ooh, 25. He's not holding it with two hands, so he's throwing it with one hand. It is 9 points of piercing, and you see this trident-like spear wreathed in flame as it throws. So there's 9 piercing and 4 fire for
I will
Mr.
tell him that.
Toby. Okay.
9 piercing, 4 fire.
Yes.
Thank you.
And that is all it can do. There are flames flickering off this whole thing's body. Roulette, it is your turn.
I feel like Roulette can sense Jiri's eyes behind her.
With the measuring arrow.
She's gonna turn around briefly to Jiri and say, Jiri, let's say we give him a nice shot. I'm gonna take a step forward to like here. No, yeah, to here. No, I can go one more. I'm gonna go here. I'm going to hold my action until Jiri comes up behind me for whatever he's about to do. And bonus action, I will have Aulethier scoot over to the side and just launch one thing of magic missile. Actually, no, we'll have fun for the first time. I'm going to do one dart at each of them.
Okay, you are welcome to do that.
I'm just going to do, can I just do 3d4 plus 3 and then divide by 3?
Yeah, sure.
I don't feel like doing 1d4 plus 1, 3.
Yeah, they can do equal amount of damage. We'll round up for this one. We'll do 4 damage to each of them.
4, 4, and 3.
Okay, 4, 4, and 3. I'll say that small snakes take more damage since their frail little bodies are smaller. So
what did the first one do?
He did 13
that.
damage to you. 9 piercing, 4 fire.
13 damage to me?
Threw a little spear at you.
Yeah, threw a spear which did 9 piercing and 4 fire to you.
Can I block it?
Sure.
I rolled a 2, so I took the full, and then I'll give myself 5 back.
Okay.
And I am holding my action until Jiri moves forward.
Got it. It is the fire snake's turn.
Oh, snake.
This one closest is just going to go for the closest opponent and attack with its multi-attack. Both at roulette. A bite attack and then a tail attack. The tail, the bite clashes down and you hop back just as this thing's momentum flicks and its tail swipes you for 5 bludgeoning and 2 fire damage.
Take it.
The other snake will dash, slithering around the side of this situation here, getting right up into Telperion's and Roulette's business, but cannot attack. It is slithering. Dashing. Toby Rama, it is your turn.
Okay. yes, this is what I'm going to do for this fight. I'm going to start, just because it's what I can do with a bonus action this round, Harness Divine Power again. Get this spell slot I spent on Warding Bond back. And then I'm going to cast, before I cast it, I've asked this question before, I'll probably ask it again. Alfie creature, like if a spell description says creature.
Construct cannot be healed. Oh, but creature in general.
I want to know if I can cast Bless on it.
I think so. I mean, you can cast Bane on like a rock that, like an animated rock. I don't know.
As determining whether I do a first or a second level Bless here.
Construct is a creature type, so it is a creature.
I just can't heal it with my
Correct. Yeah, I think constructs, and maybe it's certain constructs, but many times constructs cannot benefit from healing magic.
I just got a second level back. I'm gonna spend one on Bless. Everyone, the 4 of you, and not me, have a D4 to attack rolls and saving throws.
Sexy.
Okie dokie.
And I'm gonna hang back.
Yeah, I will also say, as I got to my spot, I have taken a knee.
Okay.
I'm not prone. I've taken a knee, like defensively.
I honestly don't know what you guys have in mind, so I'm very excited to find out.
I hope Jiri knows what he's doing. I hope. Okay, good. Okay, we're good.
It's also a funny thing whenever Tim knows, but maybe Jiri doesn't. It's always fun when he plays that well.
Okay, so Toby, that'll be a bonus action.
And I'm
any movement at all?
Staying where I am.
Okay. Jiri, it is your turn.
Staying on that sure footing.
I know that. Well, Jiri would know this because we had talked about doing this, but he's gonna run up behind Roulette and like kind of reorient her aim, kind of like this direction, maybe get to the side of her, and he is gonna. I guess is your mouth like crackling at all at this point?
No, I'm just like taking deep breaths.
All right, so well then I like aim your head for you, and I like do my thunder blast, which is kind of like a Kamehameha wave, but I do it like on either side of your head, so my hands are like from behind you.
Interesting.
This is so fucking cool.
This is crazy.
As he comes up behind me, and I'm waiting for him, I will lightning bolt out of my face.
And from the somatics of your thunder wave or shatter or whatever you're casting have a slight delay, so you see a flash of lightning and then a boom. So I imagine that's your breath weapon and a shatter spell. What do I need to do here on the creature's parts?
Lightning bolt and breath
oh,
weapon.
okay. So this is just double lightning surge. Okay. Roulette, you both are able to aim it, so you're hitting these 2 creatures for sure.
I figured I was too close to the other. Yeah, the other one was
Yeah, this guy's just out of line, but the other 2 are both within your view. So let me do Fire Snake, Dex. I'm gonna say same Dex check applies to both effects in this situation. Fire Snake's Dex check.
That makes
save
a lot of sense.
Is 18. Maybe it's harder to aim at the smaller one, and then the salamander.
Oh, I thought that was the salamander.
Also 18. Dude. So they both their writhing, slithery forms are hard to just penetrate fully. So they take half damage of all of this stuff that's about to be rolled.
But that was fucking awesome.
Ooh! Damn.
Take it.
Damn.
Jesus.
9 and 28. Or 9 and 14.
Someone give me a total on that.
23 should be.
23.
Because 9 and then 14, right?
Yeah.
Round down from the 19.
Oh, I see what you're saying. 23 to both. Oh, that makes it easy. The fire snake in front of you is absolutely detonated. You just see just a crackling wisp of flame dissipate, and this thing now regards both of you as its enemy for sure, the target of its ire. And it is looking pretty rough. Definitely what you would consider bloodied. It is hindered in its movement, charred across its form.
That was pretty good, Roulette. We gotta work on our aim, though.
Yeah, we gotta hit all of them next time.
So the snake in front of me is just a snake on the ground, right?
Yeah, it's made of pure flame, but yes.
Okay, but it's low to the ground?
Yes.
Okay. I want to do something kind of cool. I'm going to take 5 feet back, and then I want to vault over it and jump and land in front of the snake thing. So I'll take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, it'll snip at you as you leave.
Oh, my damage roll was wrong.
No way it's going to hit, though.
What was your damage roll, actually, Tim?
It's supposed to be 8d6, not 68.
So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll fix that in the future, but this time we'll just play it as is.
Okay.
So I vault 18 feet.
Yes.
And let's just say I get right here, right?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you do get right there for sure.
And then I can take one more step there, I think.
Yeah.
Like 20. Yeah, I have enough. I could probably take one more step, actually. Let's just say I do that. All right, so then I'm going to swing twice.
Okay, roll it.
Although I want the first swing to be like as I land and I swing at it.
Okay.
Just for coolness. 20 to hit.
20 to hit does hit for sure.
Okay. And it's looking bloodied.
Mm-hmm.
And its turn is after mine. I'm gonna psionic on this first one.
Okay.
I'm re-rolling my D4 and I'm re-rolling my D8. Fuck yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna heal. Actually, no, I won't. Actually, yeah, I'll heal 3 on the psychic just before anything else happens.
Okay. Is that your second use of the charge?
Yeah.
Today?
And I'm marking them on the computer.
Beautiful.
All right. So 10 plus 6 is 16. Plus 7 is 23 damage.
Got it. It now no longer knows who the focus of its ire is because you guys are pissing it off.
Well, it might decide after I swing one more time at it.
Yep, go for
Last
it.
swing. Fucking 6. So 6 plus 7 is 13.
Yeah, definitely misses. As you leap, you swing low, and then as you ready yourself to strike more true, it reaches out its hand and catches your sword and throws it to the side, just parrying your arm to the side, not throwing the sword.
Flashy. With my bonus action, I will push that. I guess with my bonus action, I'm gonna throw. I'm just gonna push the snaky thing away from me.
Okay.
By 5 feet. Strength save of 14. Okay, never mind.
It does resist. It's just low flame on the ground. It's hard to find purchase on this thing.
My turn's up.
All right. At initiative count 20, I would like one person of you guys' choice to roll a d10.
Do it, MK.
I rolled a 0, which I think means 10.
That does, in fact, mean 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, no.
A burst of flame erupts from this space and fills that vicinity with searing heat. Anyone within 10 feet, which I'm going to say includes Roulette, Jiri, Roulette, and Toby Rama, need to make a dex save.
You guys got a +4,
And the snake.
+D4.
Oh, crit!
This snake is immune to fire, but yes.
All right, Jerry, you made it.
Hang on before you get to your thing. I got to track stuff real quick. Jiri saved. Roulette saved. Toby Rama.
He already saved, so I'll make a dex save. I'm not blessed.
Oh, I'm blessed.
Yes,
already
you are
saved,
blessed.
though.
All 3 of you are able to hop back from this thing before it burns you at all. You dodge all damage of this. What were you gonna say, MJ?
I understand if you say it's too late. I didn't remember I was blessed, but I rolled a 16 on damage if that counts. But I didn't roll this when I initially attacked.
Bless isn't for
Damage.
Yeah,
And
bless
for
isn't for
attacking,
damage.
My second attack, I rolled a 13 and I just rolled the d4, so I rolled a 3. But
Yeah, I feel bad. I do think it's too late at this point.
That's fine. I forgot I was blessed.
It's also on me as well.
But this thing now is going to... Telperion definitely injured it. I think it's going to make a tail attack at Telperion, and then it's going to go grab its spear in a moment. So first, it's tail attack at Telperion. Misses. Wanting to try and pull
Lightning
you
damage.
in with its tail and grapple you, it instead lands on an electrified cloak.
There we go.
Does it makes a dex save?
15 dex save.
It does dodge it, so it lashes out its tail, but as you whip your cloak, it misses you. You both kind of just like chicken each other with your attacks.
You take 3 lightning damage.
3 lightning.
That's half from 6.
Yep, got it. And then it is going to risk an opportunity attack.
That was my attack, damn it. Or my reaction.
Oh yeah, that's actually great. So then it is going to move up to this space, grab its spear that it had thrown at Telperion, face Roulette, and try and gore ya.
I don't get my reaction back until my turn, correct?
That is correct. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
So with its 2 hands, 17 piercing plus 5 fire, you take, unless there's other variables to consider, you take 22 damage.
Is Alfie's disadvantage your reaction to spend?
No, that would have been Alfie's. I forgot to do it though. So
well, doesn't he have to be within 5? Is it just within 5 feet of the attacker, or 5 feet of you?
with the 5 feet of the attacker.
Oh, okay, so that could have, you could have tried that.
You still... Oh, you can
No, I forgot to do it. I have to call. I have to call that before you make the attack. Yeah.
Okay,
I
do agree with
you were talking about it.
Yeah, I do agree with that mentality. So thank you. Otherwise, that will be its turn. Roulette, it is now your turn. Oh, when I cleared off the snake, it cleared off both of them.
But I see.
But it was a 9. Yeah.
Oh
no, I know from initiative, but it's right after Roulette. But Roulette, it is your turn.
Yeah, it's at 7. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn and face this thing, and I'm gonna make 2 attacks at it. Alfie, poke it. I'm just gonna have Alfie distract it so that I can, well, not actually distract it, but actually, no.
Actually, that could functionally be a thing. Bonus action commanding him to use his action to help action could give you advantage here, if that's what you're going for.
No, because then he goes after me. It's a whole thing of like, I'd have to waste my reaction again. I'm just taking 2 swings at it. Alfie hasn't attacked him, so I'm not taking advantage.
Your first D4 was a 4. Your second one was a 1.
Oh, thank you. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I rolled. Just take one of those.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This first one hits.
The first one hits.
Just the first die it rolled.
Sorry.
No worries.
I'm flustered. 12 bludgeoner.
12 bludgeoner. This thing's looking pretty weak. You're oh, never mind.
No, not anymore. That was this morning.
Yep.
And then second attack.
+1, 10.
Yikes. Nat 1, give me a basic save. Roll a d20 for me.
Plus a d4, because it's a save.
That's true.
Okay, I'm rolling it.
You're fine. It just misses.
Okay.
Perfect. Attack.
Bonus action, I will command Alfie to distract this thing so that anyone else attacking it gets advantage on attack.
Yeah, so Alfie prepares he starts poking at it and trying to spear it with its little legs and is functionally providing help.
I'm going to move. Cool. Actually, no, I'm just going to stay. Yeah, I'm going to move here.
Got it. Fire Snake's turn. Just going to make a multi-attack bite and tail at Roulette. Not moving from its space. Bite. Tail. Oh my god, these things have a +3 to hit, and they're actually hitting.
So wait. The bite hits.
Yes, it does. Yeah, the bite absolutely. That's why I'm surprised that they're hitting, because they have very low modifier. But yeah, 20. It lashes up and grabs you, and you feel like a physical piercing of your skin, and then a searing heat of 8 damage.
As it lets go of its bite, my shield glows. My shield glows, lights up, lights up, lights up. You hear it thrumming, and then and that snake gets pushed back 15 feet.
Automatically?
Automatically.
No save involved?
There's no save.
You see this flickering flame get launched off the bridge and fall to the depths below.
Bro.
That's super cool. Heart.
That was an accident, and then I just needed to make a heart out of it.
I will take the 8 damage, though.
Yeah, you do take 8 damage. You're not concentrating on anything, I don't think. Okay,
Nope.
It is Toby's turn.
That thing is looking bad.
It's looking really bad.
Kill it, Toby.
Should I go for some? I should go for something that saves because that's a cantrip. I just want to double check. Bonus actions. I could cast a spell. I could do that. Oh,
Sorry,
I already
it's
said.
great. I feel like we can just push past this combat.
Okay. Yeah. I've been in that case. I'm going to Toll the Dead. Wisdom save.
Okay.
That'll make it so nothing happens. I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm just gonna. Well, no, I'm not gonna do anything else. That's my turn.
Okay.
I know my buddy's
Jerry.
about to attack it.
You're up.
All right, Jerry's gonna draw his sword and attack twice with it.
Advantage.
With
Yes,
advantage.
And a D4. You get 2 attacks. I'm gonna roll 2.
Hit.
Oh, this thing's murked.
29 damage.
It is murked indeed. How do you kill this thing with these 2 hits?
Oh, I step on its tail, and as it turns around because its tail hurts, I lop its head off.
Yes.
Okay, you do so. It's starting to rear back with its trident facing Roulette, putting all its momentum forward, and as you step, it looks at you, and then just... You see its head join its fire snake companion off the side of the bridge as it falls dead.
And I take his spear and I give it to Telperion.
Does it feel special, or is it just a spear?
It feels hot right now.
Let's get the hell off this bridge, please.
Quiver it.
And I will lead a fast march across the bridge. Watch your step, but let's get the hell off this thing.
Okay, I would like to have everyone use 1 turn of movement here, whether that means movement and other variables or a dash, what have you, to get across. Because there's going to be a triggering flame that's going to erupt here in a second. That I want to see if it catches any of you.
Okay. Oh well, let me double. Yeah, no, I just do that. Shoot.
I love all these arrows.
Oh.
Yes, so many arrows.
I did something weird.
Okay, I'm just leaving it mine because this is my path.
I am where I should be.
Yep.
So I'm gonna dash so I can make it all the way across.
I did as
Cody, where did you go?
right here.
Where did you go?
Oh, you're hidden. I see. That's fine. Got it. Okay, you guys all move until Perion. You're able to get all the way there like you wanted to. All of you, one of you who is not the person who rolled last time, I'd like you to roll a d10.
Got it.
Steven. 1, 2.
Ooh.
This one erupts.
No.
Elfie!
Alfie.
And Alfie needs to make a dex save.
Plus a d4. I'm rolling it.
Oh.
4.
Plus another 4 on top of that for his actual save, so...
Hey.
25.
25.
You see your ostrich running up, and as there's a burst of steam, he just like instinctively hops back, and then it diminishes, and all of you are able to cross the bridge, and we will bring us to here to end the session?
I'm immediately casting Cure Wounds as we get across the bridge on myself.
Okay. All right, you come to this new space. There seems to be some kind of circular chamber, some sort of raised dais with a large anvil ahead, and then some sort of carved, excavated path forward, to the left, and to the right. Before we end, I'd like everyone to give me a perception check.
I also want to do something, I think.
Okay.
Wow, roll a 5. I want to detect thoughts.
Ugh.
No one notices anything of note. But
I'm gonna use my inspiration on this.
Should I instead with my modifier?
Your inspiration's amazing.
I have a 7 modifier. Also, I'm not going to use mine on it. You can use yours if you want.
Roulette. Barely audible, but you think you hear the sound of like the tinging of metal far to the right side where this path leads into some other chamber. And that's, unless there's the detect thoughts that needs to happen, that is where we'll end our session.
I mean, I said it, so I will cast.
So what are you trying? Yeah. So what are you trying to do?
So detect thoughts can be used as a radio a little bit, so I can theoretically tell if there's any thinking. I can blip any thinking creature within 60 feet of me.
Okay, sounds good. We'll say you get that off, and you may get information when we kick back up next time.
Okay, I'm marking it off my.
Awesome. But last thing that happens is Roulette's pinging some noise off to the right side, and that's where we'll end.
Is this